Right, here we go. Week 8 completed. It was the last week of focus on endurance with steady state runs. So, there was actually just one steady state run. I did a recovery run and a long run in exactly the opposite order. So I started with a long run, 14k, then just a recovery run, and that was very slow, but nice. Was good. And then a steady state run, so 10k again, same terrain as last week. And on top of that, actually, on the day of the 10k, I did that in the morning. Probably left the house at 7 or so. And then we went for a hike actually later, before noon. So probably left at 10:30 or something. Came back at 2, and all of that on an empty stomach, which was fine. I mean, I was hungry when I came back home, but it was fine. And I really noticed that my legs were tired when we came back from the hike, which makes sense. Yeah, was a good week. I might miss the steady state runs now. The next week, week 9, is gonna be recovery week, and then we have another challenger week, but this time VO2 max focused. So I've done sprint trainings in the past, really liked them, but the sprints were much shorter than now. So now I think I'm gonna do, let me just look it up. 2 to 3 minutes at max, and then the same amount recovery time, and then 6 or so bouts. I'll see how it goes. What I used to do was just 50-meter sprints all out, 20 times. That was pretty intense, but I liked it. I liked it. Yeah. So I'll see how that goes. I'll keep you posted. And just another thing I wanted to mention here as well regarding how I plan my training. So it's recommended to, especially with longer races, to really focus on the basics and to focus on the things you're least good at first, and then later in the training plan do the things that you're already good at, especially right before the race, to push up the confidence. So I did endurance now. I mean, yeah, the 10, 11, 13Ks that were my steady state runs represent that, and I chose that because I've always been more of the sprinter type, and I've usually not run distances, not even of 10k, but less, more like 6, 7 every now and then, or shorter. I always preferred sprints. So I've got quite a bit under the buckle now. Under the belt. And I'm really happy with that. It's going well. Looking forward to the VO2 max, which I am already a bit more familiar with from previous training, even though the format was different. Then in about a month, I have my marathon distance coming up. I wanted to sign up for a marathon, but there was no marathon there to sign up to, so I checked out the route of the marathon in Porto, and I'm going to run 80%, 90% on that track. It's going to be flat. It's going to be potentially windy because it's at the coast, along the coast. So starting downtown, going south to Villanova de Gaia, along the river to the coast, then back the same way over the bridge again, back into Porto, or on Porto side, and then along the coast, Matosinhos over the bridge, along the coast a bit further, and then back to central Old Town Porto. So it's gonna be a good one. I still have to. I already have ideas on how to do some aid stations, so I pass by the same locations twice. That makes it a bit easier, because I will not be able to carry that much water. But I have actually ordered, maybe I can show you next week, a running belt that can hold another half liter additional to my hydration pack, which holds 1 liter. So that's already pretty good. So I will have 1.5 liters with 1 refill, 3 liters. That should be fine. Yeah. So let's keep it at that for now. Next week, gonna probably talk a bit more about theory again, because in the recovery week there's not much to talk about. But I hope to see you there again.